Welcome, everybody, to
I Love You.
I Know. This is the signature podcast from the Prolonged Engagement. You can find us every single Monday, unless we go on some weird hiatus that we don't tell you about.
Or even warn you guys about.
On youtube.com/The Prolonged Engagement Show. Or you can go to theprolongedengagement.com. There you can find all the links to all this shit. And when I mean shit, I mean shit.
Because only, 40 of them watch?
No, we have 40 subscribers. Thank you, guys.
Yay!
The last time we have 40 as of weird. We do absolutely nothing.
And we get subscribers. We do shit and no one
and
nothing.
No one subscribes. So we're just gonna take random long hiatuses for no apparent reason. But what a great time to come off of this weird hiatus that we were on.
Oh my god, yes.
Then to start it off in fucking haunt season.
Yes.
I mean, why would you not want to come back and talk about all of the great
all of the amazing haunts and everything we're going to do.
We're going to do two.
We've already...
three.
You say that. You say that. No, we're going to do more than that.
We, on the docket, for sure...
Halloween Horror Nights.
We're going to do Halloween Horror Nights and Hallowscream.
Hallowscream are our two haunts that we're going to.
We're going to do Mickey's Not So Scary.
We're doing Mickey's Not So Scary, for sure. That's Friday, motherfucker. And I would like to go to others.
I was thinking about hitting a petrified forest.
Oh, I'll get to go home.
And,
I miss it.
I don't. You know how many nights I had to come and pick your ass up?
It was fun for me. I'm sorry. It was great fun going to Denny's in character makeup and scaring people.
And then I had to get up the next morning and go to class and work. And you were like, oh, fuck you. You know, there's no, it's like nothing that I have to do tomorrow, you know.
Except for sleep in and then... have to get my ass up and get ready to do it all over again.
But anyway, so Friday, last Friday, we hit up Halloween Horror Nights for
on opening night.
For its opening night. Fucking worst idea that we could have ever done. But anyway,
okay. The worst idea part of it was the fact that we decided to do something called UOAP Appreciation and Express Entrance. That was the bad fucking idea we had.
Well, it was also a bad idea because of the sheer amount of people that decided to go opening night for some strange reason.
I can tell you why that is. I can tell you why.
It hasn't been that way in...
It never was that way.
Been that way.
Ever. It was never that busy. Opening night was always for the fans. It was always a quieter event that was for the fans. This year, for some stupid fucking reason, they opened it on a Friday, and they dropped the price to an insane low, especially for annual pass holders.
There was a lady that was behind us while we were walking out. She was like, oh yeah, I got a discount with my annual pass, and me and my friend came in for $60.
For both.
That's not a piece. That's together.
That was together.
So they got in for like $30.
That's fucking insane.
The Stranger Things house was at 100-minute wait the entire night. From the second it opened.
That was the bottom that it was. The highest it was, part of the night, was 200. No.
They had the Stranger Things house is taking up it's the line that is in front of the stage.
It's the first house when you come down Main Street.
Yeah, between...
Well, not Main Street. Sorry, Disney term.
Either way. It's
get what I mean.
The line is in front of the stage between Jimmy Fallon and Despicable Me.
Yeah.
That's where it is.
And Rip Ride Rocket.
So but that area was completely full the entire time.
So
and it was not moving. And I can clue you it was not just, you know, it was not just in there. They were fucking funneling people all the way back in there and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
It was going to be... I'm telling you, if we would have sat in that line, we would...
So, I don't know if you know this. There was a wait last night for Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
It was an hour
mm-hmm.
for Express.
Yeah.
An hour for Express.
Yeah. They were telling us at the 100-minute wait that it was going to be a 45-minute wait.
No.
For those
No.
We went all out this year and
we did.
And did the Frequent Fear Plus with Express.
With Express.
Because last year we got the Frequent Fear Plus, and then I ended up
buying Express.
I think I bought
twice.
Express like twice. So
it became more economical for us actually to just buy Frequent Fear Plus with Express.
Yeah, because I pretty much...
Which is insane.
I almost spent the same amount of money last year.
Yeah.
On Halloween Horror Nights, so I just said, why don't I just spend it, and then I won't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And that also kind of gave us an out with Friday.
Yes, it did.
Because we were like, well, if I would have come in and then purchased an Express Pass, I would have been like, well, fuck, now I've got to use this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Versus if I have it every night that I go,
I can come and leave as I please.
I can come and leave as I please, and I know that, either way.
Yeah.
That's just how
I feel like the next time we go to Halloween Horror Nights, the only way we're going to get into Stranger Things is if we're there in line at like 3 in the afternoon.
No.
Yeah.
That can't happen. You can't just sit there.
Oh. There's a way that it can happen.
They close the... Okay, here's what we could have done with this UOAP bullshit.
Yeah.
We could have just skipped their bullshit and sat there and waited, because people did that for Halloween 4 when we were passing by.
Yeah.
So people were doing that stuff. They were just, I don't know.
They weren't doing what the park wanted them to do.
The fucking... So, in years past, we did...
So... I think it was 4 years ago that we did it.
Yeah, it was about like 3 years ago. This is the last time that we did this thing.
Because that was the last time we could do it.
Sometimes they will they will let Universal pass holders in early to the event, and
I warned you.
What they will do is you get early access. And in years past, the last time that we went, what they did was they let us in early, and then they told us, oh, well, there's like 3 houses that are open, 2 or 3 houses that are open, so you can get into, as long as you're, as long as you're in line, you'll get through it and whatever.
Yeah.
So and they were normally the ones that were over by ET and Kids Zone and stuff like that.
Back of the park.
So what they had told us with this one is that they had us sign up by email like they always had,
the normal parts of it,
and we got in early around. They
told us to come in at 4.
Yeah, they allowed people to come in at 4. And they said that the ones that would be open were going to be Slaughter Sinema.
Yep. Dead Exposure,
Patient Zero,
and Blumhouse.
Those were the 3 that they were going to have open for us. So,
us being us,
they told us to go back to the back of the park, and there would be some checkpoint that we would go through. So we went through the checkpoint.
Yeah.
And the checkpoint was in the Central Park area, which is the one entrance is by Cafe La Bamba. The other ends up by where the DeLorean is.
Yeah.
Over there by Animal Actors.
Yes.
And so we
near Springfield.
We walked this entire area, and then the exit to Central Park was like this stanchion gate thing.
Yes.
And we were walking by people that were
seated,
that were like sitting down And we were like, oh no, well, what's going on?
We were
here?
really confused.
And granted, we didn't get in there at 4. We were probably in there at
4:45
or so.
4:50.
I think it was
around
like
that time.
It was 4:45. I think is when we got there. So then, they had that area completely gated off.
Yeah.
A quarter of the street.
Yeah.
The gate, the fences were going down like a quarter of the street.
Yeah.
And so all of these pass holders were crammed in like sardines into the area of Springfield where like where Moe's outdoor bar is. And the donuts shop and the taco truck and things like that. It was 102 degrees out. 102 degrees out.
With a humidity of like 100%.
And people were fucking baking in the sun.
Yeah.
And there was like no shade because it was 4 o'clock. The sun was still way up in the sky. Yeah. People were baking.
And there was no way for us to get water because we couldn't leave the area, as I found out later from some other guest.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't leave to get water. We could not leave to use the bathroom.
And then they finally opened this area up at
5:25.
So, I mean,
and
people could have potentially been sitting there for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So they finally let you out,
and
everybody runs towards the only house. 3 that were open. Yeah. So the first one that we went to Slaughter Sinema.
Yes.
Which is one that we were like really excited to see. That was the one that we was like really up there.
We always enjoy the IPs more. No.
The
OP than the IP. If you don't know what that means, IP is independent property. OP is original property. So OP is like Slaughter Cinemas and Dead Exposure Patient Zero. And an IP is like Blumhouse or Poltergeist or Stranger Things.
Yeah. So there are actually 5 OP, 5 IP this year.
Yes.
Because there's 10 houses.
Which is very exciting.
Normally that's not the case.
No, normally there's more IP than OP.
Yeah. Yeah. So we went to Slaughter Sinema, and so it said that there was a 15-minute wait.
I don't know who the fuck counted it.
So it said that there was a 15-minute wait, so I was like, well, we only have one express per
house per night.
So
let's
I was like, if it's
save
15
it
minutes,
and
let's just
go
save
through.
It. Maybe we can go through it again tonight. And because it's normally dead. There's like hardly any people here. Normally it's
normally it's a nice time to go because it's a normal night and it's not cheap. And there's not hundreds of thousands of people coming in.
Yeah. So we keep on walking down this one, and I mean, I shit you not, it was 45 minutes.
At least.
Just looking.
It had to be 45 to an hour.
It had to be 45 to an hour. So we just like look over at this lady and we're like, we have express. Can we just head over there?
Please.
And she's like, yeah. So she like gets off the stanchions. We get into
and she was so nice. And I will say, that was one of my favorite houses by far.
Oh yeah, it was probably our second one of the night.
Yes.
Our second favorite of the night. We got into
a total of 5 houses that night before we were just
5.
Like, we're done because of the crowds.
The crowds were insane and the heat was brutal. It did not get below 90 degrees the entire night.
Yeah.
Not after the sun went down, nothing.
And the humidity stayed bad as well.
Miserable. Absolutely miserable. So the 5 that we ended up getting into were the 3 that we said before.
Yep.
So that's Slaughter Sinema, Dead Exposure, Patient Zero, Blumhouse, Scary Tales, and
Carnival Graveyard, Rust in Pieces. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
It sounded like I said graveyard really, really weird.
Carnival Graveyard. Rest or rusty in the pieces of the rust. Oxidation. Metal. Yeah.
Lots of clowns, actually, in that one.
Like that. So,
how many clowns?
Slaughter.
How many clowns with chainsaws? Slaughter Cinemas was excellent. It was very well done. It was, I want to say, about 15 rooms worth, right?
I don't know if it's quite that many. I don't think it was
15 movies. Sorry, not rooms.
I don't know if it was 15 movies even. I don't even think it was that many.
10 movies?
Maybe 10.
So it was, I want to say 15, but I'm probably wrong.
Probably in between there.
So what it's about is you're going through an abandoned,
like, drive-in movie theater.
Yeah, drive-in movie theater.
So like they like section this off. So every movie that you see is a different like setting.
Yeah.
And probably like the closest one that I can relate it to at this point in time would probably be the 20 Years of Fear house.
Yes, that's what it was killing me. I was trying to figure out the name of that one.
Yeah. The 20 Years of Fear house was kind of like this. Or they had it a couple of years ago, like the Jack's.
I know what you're talking about.
A couple years ago,
I know what you're talking about.
Where it was pretty much 20 Years of Fear only redone.
Yeah.
So it was just these different properties that were just joined together.
Yeah, but Holidays. Holiday House. It was a comedy-based house.
Yeah. The one where, but
not holidays, but movies.
But
terrible 80s B movies.
It was still there was still a unifying theme though.
Yeah.
With the Holiday House, right?
Yeah, because it was
still like,
if somebody can give me the name of this house, next time I see you, I will give you such a big hug.
Okay. I could probably look at shirts. We have the shirts from
I know we do.
Year, so could probably figure it out. Anyway, it was a couple
somebody
years ago.
Google holiday special. And the guy basically had gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and killed off the station manager and was creating his own holiday specials.
Yeah.
But they were gruesome instead of normal.
But this Slaughter Cinema, there was it was like B movies, like
yes, it's those awful horror B movies that you love.
One of them was
that you hate, that you love because they're just bad.
One of them was called Beast Kids,
yes.
And the scene was little kids that were like attacking the Five Nights at Freddy's bear type deal. It was like one of these pizza joints, where they have the animatronics,
like Chuck E. Cheese, but the kids are the problem.
Yeah, it was.
Oh wait,
freaky.
Isn't that every day?
They had like,
sorry.
Yeah. They had like some guy dressed up in a bear costume.
Yes.
And then like there was a kid that was like holding on to him and like eating his face.
Yeah, I thought he was actually like an animatronic or fake.
Yeah, that was a good
and then
effect,
he got me.
And then they had the shorter individuals.
Oh yeah.
It. I really want to know what they do in Stranger Things with the I bet you they just got all of their short people.
Actually no, they got people that looked like them.
Well, they can't be kids.
No. But like adults that look like the kids.
Yeah, but they got all of they pulled out all the stops to find all of the 4-foot people.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm not kidding. Like, I got multiple emails because I'm signed up for their actor emails.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple times looking for people who look like the Stranger Things kids.
Yeah.
So.
But not kids.
Not kids.
They wouldn't put kids.
Who look like Stranger Things. Adults that look like Stranger Things kids. No.
Anyway.
No.
Like, seriously, we're not going to get if Dustin is 6 foot tall, I'm just not going to believe it.
No, you're not.
Even if he has the weird teeth thing going on, I'm just not going to believe it.
Grrr.
But anyway, another one was Amazonian
cannibals from planet Hell.
Oh, so great!
And they actually got very tall women for that one. It was excellent.
Yeah, these women were like stupid tall.
Yeah.
And I told Sarah, I was like, I don't know whether or not I should have been aroused or scared, because they were. It was both. So like they were.
They were very fit women as well.
They were scantily clad.
Yep.
But then their faces were kind of like
really fucked up and scary.
Yeah. It was like...
I don't know how to feel right now.
It was like one of those, it was like Komodo, like one of the Komodo movies.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, lizard! Just... But,
rips off shirt.
It was like that. Yeah.
And then my favorite one in that was pumpkin guts.
Yeah, because they pumped smells into this.
Yes, which they actually do in houses put smell because it heightens the reality of it. Mm-hmm. And so in pumpkin guts, I got really excited because it smelled like pumpkin. So like I turned back down and was like, it's pumpkin smelling! And then the guy got me.
Yeah. It's normally how that happens.
I get really excited about something and then I get scared.
But all of these, I didn't feel like any of these were disjointed at all.
No, I felt like it had an even flow to it.
Yeah.
And that it actually worked.
There was just enough of it to make it believable. And then, but not too much of it. It was like a good teaser for it.
Yeah.
And the way that they put it together, I kind of got the gist of the movie.
Yeah. Of each film, I kind of got the storyline. And at the same time, I was like, I want to watch this movie. There was a couple of them that I was like, I would actually get that off of Redbox and watch it.
I would totally stay away from the spider one.
Oh my god.
I was just glad
I saw one of those big
puppet spiders. And I saw it and I knew it was going to pop out. And I'm going to go through it again and that thing's going to pop out and I'm going to shit my pants. And I was just glad that it didn't do it.
We missed that scare by, I think, moments. Because I don't like spiders. Yeah. I will cry. Yeah. Like, I cry during the Harry Potter ride because of the spiders. I know when it is now. I just close my eyes and I go, nope, I'm done. Once I hear Hermione say, watch out for the Whomping Willow, okay, I can turn open my eyes now and I'm okay. Mm-hmm.
The next one that we did was
Dead Exposure, Patient Zero.
And so that one,
I liked it.
I liked it too. But
it was really scary.
So the way that they did this one is that they flashed.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a camera flash.
Because the Dead Exposure series is... The original Dead Exposure was a guy who was a journalist taking pictures of his town as it was being attacked by the zombie virus.
Right.
And so you could only see when his camera flashed.
Right. So the idea of this was you could only see when the lights came on.
Yeah.
And they flashed in a way that everything in there was dark except for white outlines. So it kind of looked like it was kind of blacklighty, only
almost.
It wasn't.
Kind of, but not really.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. And the storyline for that one is that you're in a 1980s Paris right as the virus has attacked.
So like you the first room that you walk in, there's a bunch of like monkeys in cages.
Yes.
And they're like sticking their hands out at you.
And
you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you can't see, but you hear the noises and things are rattling right next to your head. And that's a truly terrifying experience when you cannot see and you hear something and feel something reach for your head.
Yeah, most of it...
I cried. I didn't cry. I was like, no.
Most of the scare part of Dead Exposure is just being in the dark.
Yeah.
Not knowing what's going on.
And I had an experience in this one where this is the first time I've ever had to have someone help me through a house. Mm-hmm. Because I don't know if I ran into a scare actor or if I ran into a dummy. But I could not see. I couldn't see where I was going. And I got stuck behind this scare actor or dummy. And I was screaming at the poor guy, I'm sorry. I can't see where I'm going. So the next thing I know, I see an attendant pop out. And she looks at me and she takes my hand and she leads me through. Because I'm just like, I'm stuck. I can't go anywhere.
Yeah, it was weird.
I've never had that happen.
But it was a good house. I really
liked
it.
It was a really good house. I had a lot of scares.
I want to go through that one again because I didn't like...
Well, we're going to go through all of them again except for Blumhouse.
Yeah, but I didn't get... Yeah, we're not going to Blumhouse again. Fuck that place. Well, I mean, we will.
I know we will.
We will.
Maybe we should just watch Happy Death Day.
Maybe so. Maybe we should just watch the movies and then maybe we'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
I doubt it because it fucking sucked. But
they just
I really want to redo that house in particular because I feel like there was enough that I got out of it. I think that because I'm sure that we'll get different flashes at different times. Yeah. You know, we go through, so it won't be the same experience. And that's what I like about going multiple times.
Oh yeah. So the third one we did was Blumhouse, also known as Blumhouse Part 2. Or Year 2, I'm sorry.
Ugh,
so this year it was Happy Death Day and The First Purge. Not the first...
The original
Purge movie.
But the new movie, The
First Purge. We've literally had to explain that far too many times.
Yeah, because we were saying like, oh, what's it about? And we're like, oh, it's Happy Death Day and The First Purge. And people were like...
I love The First Purge.
I like The Purge. And we're like...
No.
No, not
the new
Purge.
one.
The new one called
The First Purge.
And I'm like,
oh, I hadn't seen that one yet. No. Not many people have, oddly enough.
I finally figured out the beginning of the... Because it kind of... Most of it was Happy Death Day.
Yes. I think most of the house was Happy Death Day.
Like 3/4 of the house was Happy Death Day.
And I think there may be 2, maybe 3 rooms of The First Purge.
Mm-hmm.
It was a total of like 5 actors.
It was 5. I counted like 2. It was ridiculous.
Oh, I saw 5.
I know. I'm exaggerating.
I know you are.
At this point. But I mean, there
was ridiculous.
Nobody in there.
Yeah. I'm partially wondering if we got hit at a bad time when they were being changed out.
Sometimes that happens, but I think that it just sucks.
Yeah, it just, so much of it was Happy Death Day, and if you don't know what Happy Death Day is, you're really, really fucked.
Yeah, like if you, and it took me a while to even remember what the trailers for it were.
Yeah.
Because by the end of the section of the house that was Happy Death Day, I was like, oh, we're going through all of her deaths. I get it. Like, it took me a while to even get what the house was doing. It didn't make any sense. That feels fucking disjointed as fuck.
It really did.
Ugh.
And even the Happy Death Day part just felt disjointed.
Ugh. I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Wait, what? Wait, why am I back in this room?
Why am I back?
Why am I here? This makes no sense.
None of it made any sense.
Was this just somebody's bad dream? Because she kept waking up in her bed?
Yeah, we have no idea.
No
idea. The episode where Dean dies.
It's basically Supernatural. Dean died and Groundhog Day.
But that one episode of Supernatural probably way better than this. Movie.
But they did it better too.
I digress. But I think it was like 3/4 is Happy Death Day, and then the rest was First Purge.
Yeah,
which I kind of felt was the same as last year's.
Very much so.
Because
Purge got booted out of both times.
The Purge was two
rooms, and then rooms. Insidious.
Insidious was the most part of
it. Yeah, but I would have rather had just an Insidious house last year because Insidious was fucking awesome.
The Insidious house was, I mean, the last year's Blumhouse was half of it was Insidious.
Yeah.
And then the other 4 properties held up the rest of them. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. But I felt like...
Fuck all of Blumhouse's houses.
Well,
suck.
I felt like if they'd just given us an Insidious house last year, it would have been better.
Well, yeah, because the Insidious part of it was the best part. It's almost
far.
And again, like this year, they put all of their resources into the Happy Death Day part of it, and then they fucked the Purge.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why does it have to be one or the other with you fuckers? Why can't it just be here's the whole thing? And they can't... This doesn't make any sense.
And then one of the parts that
just drive me crazy.
So afterwards, we decided, okay, we're hungry.
So we ate at Richter Burger.
Well,
That was a
we couldn't just eat at Richter Burger. We couldn't leave the area. We got locked into the area until after 6 when Main Gate had opened.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Main Gate had opened, so we couldn't get to any other house easily because the lines were already full.
Yeah, they. I forgot that they had locked us into that area.
Like, we were like, okay, we're really hungry. We want to go grab some dinner. Let's just go to Richter Burger. Well, we try to leave over by Academy of Villains. Rest in peace, Bill and Ted. We love you and we miss you. Please come back.
I did feel like standing outside of Academy of Villains and just being like, "How dare you stand where you stood?"
It's already been done.
It's already been done, and I'm not a original.
You're not, but I love you.
Yeah, they locked us in there.
Yeah, the motherfuckers locked us in there. False fucking imprisonment, bitches.
I had no idea that was even a thing. I had no clue that they had actually locked us in there until we tried to get out.
Yeah. So we wouldn't be able to go out the other way either. So we couldn't go to Seeds of Extinction. We couldn't go to Trick or Treat or anything until after Main Gate opened.
Yeah, so I don't see how that helped us at all.
It didn't. It fucking didn't.
And so here's the other thing. So they let us in at 5:25
Yep,
or whatever.
5:25.
And the line for Slaughter Sinema was 45 minutes.
Yep.
Somebody that got in when we got in walked in there. That was it. They got one house extra. One house for standing there for an hour and a half. They got one house. Maybe one house. Maybe. I'm like that was some piss poor bullshit on Universal's part.
Oh yeah. So then,
but we got out. We ate at Richter Burger. Richter Burger sucks ass. So
we're not gonna go back to Richter Burger because Jiminy Cricket.
I hate eating
it's the lowest denominator food in the entire park.
Oh, it's so bad.
Made us so sick.
Just done Mel's and been done with it.
I know. I could have at least gotten a milkshake.
Mel's fucking sucks, but at least it's
at least I can get a milkshake.
It's not Richter.
And get a good milkshake. So then, we decided to try some of the scare zones.
So we went through
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yes.
And that was a excellent scare zone.
Shout out to Moby if you're watching.
Yes.
You're probably not.
No.
I'm going to shout you out anyway.
Yep.
No one ever watches this thing, so I'm just
I'm going to put this in Disney terms so that those who know the Disney will know. Moby is very good friends with one of the characters of the Killer Clowns. So if you go see him, the character's name is Fatso, actually. I feel really bad about that, and I kind of hate that. He's a very large clown with red hair and no neck.
Yeah.
Best way I can describe that character.
Yeah.
You could put our picture up behind us.
No.
Okay. But go give him a shout out because, he's one of the best clowns there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And then we went through Vamp 85 New Year's Eve, where
which was a fucking great.
Yes. And not just that, those scare actors had some of the best improv skills I've seen in a very, very long time. I am so impressed.
By the way, the Killer Clowns was in the area.
I totally didn't.
Yeah, Killer Clowns is out front of Transformers.
Yes.
If you go from Transformers and you head over to down the street towards
Transformers entrance, not exit.
Yeah, the Transformers entrance to the new fantastically shitty Fast and Furious ride.
Yep. Which he finally rode.
I finally rode that thing. God, it sucks ass.
Told you.
Way better than the one in Hollywood.
Yeah, but still
sucks fucking ass.
It's not what we expected.
And they should have done something more with it. Instead, God, it's so bad, and none of those actors wanted to be in that.
And you could tell.
They were just like, I'm just kidding. I'm just collecting.
I'm getting a paycheck.
It was my family. I'm collecting checks for my family.
So
lots of child support,
So
because I fuck a lot. My name's Vin Diesel. I'm also Groot. Like that, you know? He was just
I don't think. Yeah, he's collecting a check, but not for child support.
He's collecting a check for this child support for his character inside of the thing.
Oh!
But
I missed the joke.
I've never seen a single Fast and Furious.
So we don't
movie,
actually know.
So I don't know. I bet you he has never fucked a single woman in all of Fast and Furious.
Probably not.
Bet she's never done it.
Never done it.
Because it's about family, not about fucking.
Yeah. So either way, that's where that is. It's a smaller scare zone, actually.
Yeah.
But it's a good scare zone.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The Vamp 85 is
in front of Mummy.
In front of Mummy.
From the tribute store or Macy's. When it's not the tribute store. To Finnegan's? No.
Yeah.
A little bit farther than Finnegan's.
It kind of bleeds over past the arcade, but not.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah.
It bleeds, but it's not.
No.
And they have like 2 stages. There's like a little show that they have.
Yes, they do. The ball drops, and it's so cute. I loved it.
Cool. I did enjoy the one that came up to us. It was like there was a vampire and another guy, and he was like, the vampire was like, the guy was coming up to us like, help me.
Yeah, the guy was running up to us to ask for help. He was the distraction. The vampire was the scare.
And then the vampire was like, don't listen to him. We're a very happy couple. He's just shy.
He's just really shy about his sexuality. And I was like, yes!
And I was like, you guys are so cute. And I said, you make a very cute couple. And I said, don't be shy. Just fuck him later. You'll be fine. And he was like looking at me with like terror in his eyes.
Yeah, the poor human was like, no, you don't understand. And the vampire's like,
understand. They're gonna kill me. He's like,
and the vampire's like, oh, thanks, honey.
He's like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna slaughter you tonight. And I was like, yes,
yes, all the way. And then I got hit on by one of the vampires, which was fun.
Would you like to be my drink? I mean, my date.
Yeah, I was like, sure. And, like, they're all dressed up in 80s themes. So I saw a Cyndi Lauper. Mm-hmm. I saw Prince. Mm-hmm. I saw...
That's pretty cool.
I can't remember the other ones.
It was kind of like a costume party that they were doing.
Yeah, it was like a costume party, 80s themed costume party.
That's pretty cool.
Pop
They were playing all 80s,
culture.
Like 80s music, which was nice.
It was a lot of fun. I was having way too much fun with it.
The next thing we went to was Scary Tales.
Yes. Right? It was Scary Tales next.
Which, at this moment in time,
it is our number one.
Yeah, it's our favorite house so far.
Excuse me.
Scary Tales, the idea behind it is Wicked Witch of the West has kind of taken over she's taken over Fairyland, right?
Yeah, she's placed a curse on Fairyland so that no one can have a happily ever after.
Yeah, so fucking nobody has a happily ever after in this motherfucker.
No, and it's great. So great.
The first room that you walk into, Dorothy is chained up.
And the Scarecrow
is like stabbed into the wall.
I have so many feelings about that since I played Scarecrow as a kid, and yet I hate Scarecrows with a fiery passion.
And then, of course,
so scary.
The Cowardly Lion was chained up as well, but they gave the Cowardly Lion the
American Werewolf touch,
London touch. So it was that one that like lunges out at you and is all scary and shit and got me good.
Yes, he pushed me. He's like, go, 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 go.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, fuck, fuck. So, and then there was all sorts of stuff. There was Rapunzel.
Yep, Rapunzel was there.
Her hair had
taken a mind of its own and scalped her.
Ripped off her scalp. It's pretty nice. Yep. She was like, my hair. She's bleeding.
There was Goldilocks. I saw Goldilocks.
I feel like that girl. Fucking bats. Love Halloween.
Wait, what?
Have you seen the little vine of this little girl that she's like looking at? She's like looking at bats. She's like, I love Halloween.
That will be our child at one point.
Look at these bats. I love Halloween.
And then
there was the Hansel and Gretel one.
Yeah, which was the creepiest to me because it smelled like candy, like sweets. Mm-hmm. And
Hansel and Gretel were eating each other,
eating themselves
because they quote tasted really good.
Yeah, like she got me first, and she popped out at me, and she goes, "Oh, I taste so good."
She had like it looked like her flesh had been eaten off of her skin.
Yeah,
awesome.
And then Gretel got me, Hansel got me second, and he puffs out and he goes, "Oh, I'm so yummy in my tummy," and I was like, and both times for some stupid reason,
looked like his face was like he had
peeled off his face
and eaten it. Oh man, it was so cool.
It was so cool and so gross, and like they both scared the ever living shit out of me.
Really, really good.
Because I wasn't expecting them. Like, they truly scared me. And plus, they were taller than me, which sucks. Because that always gets me.
There was a Humpty Dumpty part where
Humpty
Dumpty was completely shattered, and it smelled like rotten eggs in there. And so all of the scare actors in that room were throwing up on you, and then they would spray water at you and whatnot. It was pretty disgusting.
It smelled like rotten eggs. No, like right now I'm gonna puke because of the memory of it.
It's great.
Oh my god.
What were the other ones that were in there?
Little Mermaid.
Yeah, there was a Little Mermaid one that was, it was like, so it was kind of like a cabin in the woods type deal with the mermaids. Except I don't think we actually saw anybody in there, right?
No, they didn't pop out at us. They popped out at the person in front of me.
Yeah, I didn't even see it. I never saw
you didn't see them?
In there.
They're very cool.
Yeah.
They really fucked up them. They're really creepy.
And then, I can't remember anything else. I think that was it, right?
Yeah. There's one last surprise, but I'm going to leave that for you guys.
Okay, cool. Because I don't remember it anyway.
Oh, they got me.
Okay.
I told you about it when I was like, I started crying. I started screaming.
Okay. You'll have to tell me later then. I can't remember it. That one, it was incredibly well done.
Yes.
And like extremely thoughtful.
Yes, and even though it was different storylines, it had this beautiful theme with the witch.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, and the witch comes back. So they had at the beginning of it, she's like up on this tower.
Oh yes, you will have to look up for her.
She's in a harness and
she
like flies over you. It's pretty cool. Pretty cute.
Yes.
Oh, and I wanted to see that one effect. I saw the track, so I know that she
does.
Come.
She does it.
It's either her. I wanted to like stay back and see it. It's got to be her. I would expect it to be her. It could be something else, but I don't know. I saw a track where something is obviously coming out of the dark towards you.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to see that one, so we'll see it at some point.
Yeah, we'll see it eventually.
That house again. It was fucking phenomenal.
I'll probably go through like 3 or 4 times. That one was one of my favorites by far.
Really fucking good.
And then
the last one we did was
Carnival Graveyard, Rust in Pieces.
So actually, I have a thing before we actually gone into the houses. Oh man!
Do you want to talk about that?
So Sarah got her ankles all fucked up again. As she does. This
seems to happen every couple of years. I end up having to go in a wheelchair to the Halloween events.
So for all the other houses, what we did is I just pushed her around. We got up to the house.
And so this is actually a thing for you guys as well. If any of you ever have to go in a wheelchair to Halloween Horror Nights, what you do is you get your wheelchair, and if you can walk through, leave your wheelchair at the front door of the house. You do not have to go through the house in your wheelchair. Because if you're like me and have had to, you know the pain of it. And you know the shit you go through because you're in a fucking wheelchair.
So, we get every house that we had gone to that night. We get up.
I got up.
Sarah gets out of the wheelchair. I put the wheelchair aside, and
I hobble through.
And then as we leave, the wheelchair is sitting there waiting for us on the other side. That happens every single time,
without fail, except
every single time.
For Carnival Graveyard, Rust in Pieces. I wish I had gotten this woman's name.
Yeah.
Because
we should have.
I should have complained about her because Jiminy Cricket, she was just incredibly rude. She had no reason to be this rude to me.
She didn't. She was harsh.
She was. It was literal just laziness. She did not want to do her job. She didn't want to do this. So I go to stand up as I had at every other house, and she looks at me and goes, "You can't do that. You have to take the wheelchair with you."
Well, she told me, she goes, "Sir, you can push it through." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know that.
I'm leaving it here."
I was like, she wants to walk through. And she was like, "Well, you have to take it with you." And I said, "No, I was just going to leave it here."
Like I had at every other house.
And she's like, "You can't leave that here." She says it like just like that. She goes, "You can't leave that out here. You have to take it through with you." Like, and she's like yelling at me. I'm like, I can't fucking believe this shit. So I just told Sarah, I was like, "Just sit back down and I'll push you through."
Yeah.
You were already in pain anyway, so you
I was really tired at this point because I'd gotten scared, and when I get scared, I jump. I physically jump in the air, which is not good on ankles that are bad.
So I ended up pushing you through this, which
fucking ruins
the turns were incredibly sharp.
Yeah.
In here, normally they're not that sharp, but I ran you into the wall like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, which takes me out of the element. Because I feel bad.
The whole experience.
Yeah, I feel bad because I feel like I'm hurting their set, and I know it's the scare actors training, and I wouldn't feel bad about this, but I feel bad about it. And I don't feel bad because it's their training. I feel bad because it ruins your experience. It ruins others' experience. And so what scare actors do is they target people in wheelchairs.
And they don't target them like, oh, they can't move, I'm going to get them. We have been through enough houses
to know for sure
whether or not that this is a thing or not. And if you're in a wheelchair, they specifically target you in the wheelchair.
So that you cannot say that they don't scare people in wheelchairs.
And I think it's like an anti-ableist thing.
That's the only way I can think of this.
Because, and there was a guy in Carnival Graveyard where it was, he was going back into his hidey hole, but he saw you.
Yeah.
And he went back into his hidey hole and immediately came back out to get in your face.
Yeah.
Not to scare me, not to scare anyone else.
To just get in my face
and
for no
good reason.
And
it was really bad, too, because he gives back, he immediately gets in your face, he goes back again, and gets the person right behind me.
Yeah.
And it was like, that's some fucked up shit. That's obviously, that is somebody telling you that you have to go after me. And it's every single person that we went through in that entire house. I don't mind that they got in my level. The person pushing the wheelchair never gets a scare.
Yeah.
I have never gotten one single scare from pushing Sarah in a wheelchair through a Halloween Horror Nights.
You've gotten some,
not one single time.
You've gotten some good stories and good laughs out of it.
Oh yeah,
but not a good story.
You know, you in the cabin of the house. That's my. I will always say that story for years and years to come. And our friends fucking love that story. Everybody loves that story, but
no one loves that story.
But I'm fucking tired of it because it was a story. It was a good story. Fucking 7 years ago, whenever the fuck it was. It wasn't quite that long ago.
No, it
was
wasn't.
Probably like 5 or so because I'm, But anyway, I mean, seriously, fuck it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't mind.
They shouldn't be doing that shit.
So I don't mind if you come out and you see someone in a wheelchair and you get on their level. I appreciate that. I appreciate that you're not looming over me and scaring me. What I don't appreciate is when I feel like I'm being targeted because I'm in a wheelchair.
Yeah, it kind of gives off this impression that they're like, oh, she's in a wheelchair.
I have to feel bad and scare her.
Poor thing. Like, no, she just has a bum
ankle. I'm sorry. I messed up my ankles.
Maybe I feel maybe I'm wrong about this. Maybe I'm overreacting.
Yeah.
Maybe we are completely overreacting.
Like
maybe this isn't a thing, but
this
has happened way too many times.
Yes, I would honest to God love to hear from somebody who is a scare actor. Fuck, I would love to get somebody who is a scare actor in here and talk to them about it. Because
that ain't never gonna happen.
I know it's not gonna happen. But I would love to, because for me at least,
And it's also
I would love that. I would love to have that question answered. I would also like to know like other things.
And it fucking happens in the scare zones too.
Oh my god!
When they go after you in the scare zones, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I cannot count. I've lost count how many times I've had scare actors see me in my wheelchair and then decide to circle me. So I can't go anywhere. I feel like I'm a fucking Oregon Trail person.
You've died of dysentery.
And yeah, basically, I'm gonna die of fucking dysentery because the Indians are circling the camp. That sounded really wrong. I cannot. I've lost count of it, and it makes me really angry now because I don't get scared. It makes me angry because I'm just like, last year I ended up in a wheelchair. No, was it last year? Year before that. One of those times I ended up in a wheelchair. One of our friends.
2 years ago we did the wheelchair.
Okay. One of our friends was pushing me through in it was a water scare zone.
No?
Yeah, the fisherman one.
Oh, that was 2 years ago then. That was quite a few years ago then.
The fisherman one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Where
because we got a wheelchair a couple of years ago when we
Yeah.
went with our friends. But we just kind of
we used it for who needed it most.
Yeah, whoever was like, my knees are killing me because we're
all old as
really
fuck.
old 20-somethings. We're really banged up in old 20-somethings.
We really are. And well, I was being pushed through, and she got scared because they decided to circle the camp. And I'm like, fuck me, because I know what to do. I just know, like, not to give a shit. But she abandons me. She runs off. And I'm just like, well, fuck me. It's not like I can move my damn self right now.
I don't even remember this.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
You were there.
I don't remember any of this.
Yes, you were. You may have been in the bathroom.
I'm telling you that I don't remember that. Why do you do that to me? If I tell you I don't remember this, well, you were there.
Okay.
That doesn't jog my memory. I told you I don't remember. You do that shit to me all the time. How could you not remember this? I don't remember.
But either way, like, she ends up coming back to rescue me, and like, we end up getting through. I'm just like, push through them. They're gonna move.
But this year I'm really excited. All of the houses have been good, except for Blumhouse.
Except for Blum.
All of them have been really good, and I'm really excited for the other ones.
And
I really want to do.
We also went through, I think, not the Harvest. The one on Main Street.
Oh, yeah, but we were headed out, and we were pissed off. And
yeah, we were really pissed off at that point because of what happened at Carnival Graveyard and how I was treated. And
then, like, once we got out of Carnival Graveyard, Poltergeist was up to 80 minutes. The other ones, there was, like, it was 75, 100. It was ridiculous.
So we were just done at this point. We had that one negative experience. It kind of jaded us for the rest of the night.
Hot.
It was hot. We were both really tired, really done.
So we'll go back and do a part 2.
Yeah, we're gonna do a part 2 for you guys. Hopefully, I'll be able to do more. I'd like to do more. I'd like to do the houses that we already done and do more houses. I guess is what I'm saying.
Well, we have to do the other 5.
Yeah, the other 5 are definitive for part 2 of Halloween Horror Nights. But yes.
So
I'm
week,
very excited.
This coming week we're going to Mickey's Not So Scary. So
yep, on Friday, which we haven't even got our costumes done for.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, which we haven't done. We're discussing whether or not to talk to you, tell you guys about our birthdays. Because we went to a couple of different restaurants.
I think we might do that on Park Hoppers.
Okay, so that's gonna be Park Hoppers.
Yeah.
Okay, and then yeah, I think that's all the announcements we have.
It's pretty good. All right, guys. Well, this was
I Love You.
I Know. This is the signature podcast from the Prolonged Engagement. You can find us here every single Monday at noon at youtube.com/the Prolonged Engagement Show, or our website at theprolongedengagement.com. There you can find links to everything that we do. We're on podcasting services like iTunes.
Stitcher.
We're on Apple Podcasts
Stitcher.
and Google Play and Stitcher and all sorts of other shit. So
yeah.
All right, guys. Until next time.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Hey, guys. Thanks for watching. And if you want to subscribe, you should click over here. If you want to watch the latest episode of I Love You, I Know, click right here.
If you want to see our latest video, click right here. And if you want to see our latest Let's Play, click right here.
If you're listening on MP3,